Alright, y'all, this is my vintage boombox that dates back, I'm gonna say, the very late 80s. Yes, I've had this, puppy since, they laid the first brick in town. Think it may have been a Christmas present or a birthday present to me ages ago. I can't quite remember, but I have many fond memories of this, a boombox, and go ahead and show you around it and kind of give you a tour. And I think these buttons right here, it's kind of hard to see, probably really hard to see, but I think these are the Hertz equalizers right there. Of course, and this is like, the tuning, meter. Here's the volume button. Min, max, all them lines, and here's the buttons for like off, tape. Fired up. I didn't think it would fire up, but funny thing is it says CD right there, and of course, yeah, CD. But this thing, doesn't have like a CD player to it at all. It just has tape decks. But anyway, and not sure what this other toggle switch is. Oh, microphone, NOR, high, indicators AM and FM. And here's two tape decks to it. And I'm going to go ahead and add something. This video is not going to turn out as well as I planned because came across an issue. That is, this boombox, had two, detachable speakers to it. This speaker right here is detachable, and on the other end it had another speaker too. One of these, detachable speakers. You can take it off and use it loosely and move it or set it different places. Just leaving the main body, down at a lower point and stuff like that. But come to find out, the other speaker to it is missing. I don't know what in the hell happened to it, how it came off, but it's missing. And I'm kind of disappointed that it's missing. And I'll go into that in just a minute, but, kind of a bummer that, since it has a missing speaker, don't actually have the boombox in full. And of course, and another thing that happened when I moved it from my attic is, of course, got these speaker cords here. Go to these detachable tabs right here. It's of course, the cord is supposed to kind of wrap around in that crevice there if you want to keep it out of the way. And here's a power cord. It's detachable, and here's even a battery compartment where I think it uses several D batteries if you just want to use the batteries and just take the boombox to where there's no power outlet. And go ahead and turn it back around. And another disappointing thing about this speaker being missing is that, I'm going to tell you a story. At one point, when I was using this boombox all the time, I don't know what happened to it, but it quit working on me altogether. And I was frustrated that it quit working. So what Mom did for me is Mom took this boombox to Radio Shack. We used to have a Radio Shack here in town, but it's long gone by now. But anyway, and they serviced this boombox at Radio Shack and got it working again. And this second speaker had they printed the date of service on it, and I think the date of service where this was actually, you know, serviced and up running again was actually like, you know, somewhere in 1992, and it was the sticker was on that, you know, this other missing speaker, and hate that missing speaker is gone, because I also wanted to show you the date this thing was actually fixed. That time it quit working on me altogether. And let me, you know what? I used this boombox regularly whenever I was a teenager. What I would do is, you know, of course this thing has 2 tape decks to it, and what I would do is, well, I would actually, it has record right there, and I would like record my favorite songs from the radio, and sometimes, like, oftentimes I would just sit in my room and, you know, rewind put in the tape with my favorite song recorded to it, and I would like rewind, you know, that song over and over again, play, rewind, play. I would do that to my favorite song over and over again, and after a while the tapes got wore out, and I think, you know, the cassette deck also got wore out, because, you know, I just wore it out by just rewinding, playing, rewinding, fast forwarding, and all that shit. And hell, I would even get up extremely early in the morning before school, and I would fire this, you know, thing up, and, you know, listen to my favorite song, and kind of like, you know, fidget myself around to my favorite song, and which would enhance my obsessions and give me an adrenaline rush. And I went to school tired the next day because I was up extremely early in the morning, enhancing my obsession by, like, you know, just rewinding and playing my favorite song over and over again. Well, several favorite songs, but I just noticed something. Of course, I did have, like, you know, an extra, storage case for my cassette tapes, and I actually, you know, had my cassette tapes in them too. But you see, I got this boombox, just got this boombox down from my attic. It's been up in my attic for ages and ages, and you can see how dusty it is. It's caked in dust for sitting up in my attic for, gosh, it's been like 20 years it's been sitting in my attic. But of course, I tried to look for this other speaker, but I didn't want to, like, you know, forge around in all my shit in my extremely hot attic, so I just gave up, and I gave up looking for the cassette, you know, a case to it, because I didn't want to forge around in my 90-degree attic. But I do notice that I have a tape in here. And let's see if this tape still works. The boombox is plugged up, so I'm gonna hit play and I'll see if we get any response. Well, sounded real staticky, but got a little bit of playback. Uh-oh. I just tried to rewind this cassette and gosh, that cassette's jammed. You hear that ticking sound? Let's look at the cassette. Well, I mean, the real filament, I mean, is still like, you know, intact, and it isn't like, you know, forced out or anything. I wonder if these rotors, but, huh. See if it will fast forward. Gosh. Fast forward doesn't even work. Let's try this, see what this other deck does. Let's see if it will play in this deck. That doesn't sound good. It will not rewind. It will not fast forward in either compartment. I mean, this thing is basically worn to a crisp. Of course, I mean, I used it a lot, and also it was been sitting in my attic for ages, and there ain't no telling how much dust and shit is accumulated on the internal compartments. Let's test the radio again. You see, it only has half an antenna here. I mean, part of this antenna broke off ages ago, but let's see if the radio plays. Let's see if I can. Hey, oh shit. The tuner dial is missing to it. I mean, I'm just getting a laugh out of this, but anyway. Yeah, this thing is seen better days, but it's definitely still a keepsake to my childhood. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, here's my vintage boombox. I mean, it's practically useless now. I mean, it's just probably could have it fixed, but I don't want to spend the money. But of course, that'll probably be expensive, but it is still a good keepsake, even though it ain't functional. But, you know, it's just definitely, you know, treasure this as a souvenir to my childhood. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my half-assed vintage boombox. And I'm saying half-assed because the other speaker is missing. But anyway, hope you enjoyed and have a good weekend.